I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. And I also want to acknowledge the Akyam who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. All right. Through the Spirit, tonight I'm going to go in on Ezekiel, the 20th chapter. So we'll start at the top. And this is Shabai from GMS in Denver. Start at the top. It says, "And it came to pass in the 7th year, in the 5th month, the 10th day of the month, that certain of the elders of Israel came to inquire of Yahweh and sat before me. Then came the word of Yahweh unto me, saying, Son of man, speak unto the elders of Israel, and say unto them, Thus saith Yahweh, the power, are ye come to inquire of me? As I live, saith Yahweh, the Most High, I will not be inquired of by you." All right, and this is a time when Israel was out of favor with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Now he's having mercy on us, on the Israelites. And that's why he set up the prophets who we receive this knowledge and truth because of the sacrifice that Yahweh Shai made for us. So let's keep reading. Verse 5. "And say unto them, Thus saith Yahweh, in the day when I chose Israel, and lifted up mine hand unto the seed of the house of Jacob, and made myself known unto them in the land of Egypt, when I lifted up mine hand unto them, saying, I am Yahweh your power." Right, and that hand is basically Yahweh Shai, the deliverance in Egypt. All right, because the chariot led us through the Red Sea. Right, Moses opened it up so that we could escape ancient Egypt, and the death angel was Yahweh Shai, crossed the land of Egypt and basically killed all the firstborn of both man and beast. All right. So in verse 6 it says, "In the day that I lifted..." Well, I'm sorry, I read that. "In the day that I lifted up mine hand unto them to bring them forth of the land of Egypt into a land that I had espied for them, flowing with milk and honey, which is the glory of all lands. Then said I unto them, Cast ye away every man the abominations of his eyes, and defile not yourselves with the idols of Egypt, for I am Yahweh your power." All right, and it's like it says in Ecclesiastes, there's nothing new under the sun. It's the same thing now. You're not going to go up into a chariot. You're not going to receive salvation. You're not going to be saved unless you can cast away all these abominations of Egypt, which we're in spiritual Egypt now. And this place is full of abominations. They had a song, I think it was the 80s or early 90s. It was called "Walk Like an Egyptian," right? Well, you're not supposed to walk like an Egyptian, all right? That shows you the witchcraft and the Babylonian spirit of this place. Because that's what Esau wants you to do. He wants you to walk like an Egyptian. He wants you to walk in the ways of the heathen, But there's no way you're going to receive salvation if you can't cast off the abominations of this place, right? And that goes into a number of things, You could be talking about the philosophies, that people are, practicing here in spiritual Egypt. It goes into the food. It goes into the mindset. It goes into the way of, I should say the lack of order. All this stuff is abomination, and you got to cast it away. But they rebelled against me and would not hearken unto me. They did not every man cast away the abominations of their eyes, neither did they forsake the idols of Egypt. Then I said, I will pour out my fury upon them to accomplish my anger against them in the midst of the land of Egypt. And so that's what's going to happen here. We know there's going to be a great destruction. We know there's going to be Jacob's trouble, all coming to America, right? So knowing that, you got to be in the mindset to let this place, let it go, let it be. In all the wickedness that this place has to offer, you literally just gotta walk away from this, the abominations, the witchcraft that's available to you here in Babylon. It's all gonna, if you can't let it go, you're gonna be destroyed. Right? This is I'll read it 18:3 in Revelation. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies, talking about America. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities. All right? So you got to come out of her, my people, he tells the Israelites. Right? Otherwise, you don't want to be partakers of these sins, partakers of these abominations. Otherwise, you're going to receive from the plagues that Yahweh is going to put on this place. And it's going into destruction, going into nuclear fire, going into chariot fire, because we know there is going to be what you call an alien invasion, but it's going to be the angels, which technically they're aliens to this world, right? But they're actually angels. But those are all going to be plagues that you're going to have to deal with when Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai visits the earth. All right? Let's go back to Ezekiel 20. And let's see, where am I at? 9. It says, But I wrought, that means perform, for my name's sake, that it should not be polluted before the heathen. Yeah, you don't want to be polluting the Lord's name like that as the heathen do. And the heathen gave you all kind of false names, and that's basically that's pollution, to the Lord. You ain't doing no justice, or you're not glorifying the Lord Yahweh and His Son Yahushai by using names that are not their true names. You defiling the name, you're polluting it. Let me see. Let me get that word pollution. Contaminating, all right? Tainting. These are all similar words. But anyway, I'm going to keep reading. Among whom they were, in whose sight I made myself known unto them, in bringing them forth out of the land of Egypt. And see, that's why this is a book of remembrance, because even all the mighty and glorious and marvelous works Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has done for us Israelites, because in his wisdom, he put all that generation to death, right? But everything's reincarnated, regenerated. And so through the Holy Spirit, which is the scriptures, this is how we come back into remembrance. This is a book of remembrance. All right? And so the ones who Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai dealing with, we get the understanding, we get the knowledge, we get the remembrance. We become refreshed, right? We become new. And, you know, you Israelites, you were also there for that mass exodus out of ancient Egypt, but you've been rocked to sleep by the heathen, and Yahweh allowed you to be rocked to sleep. So now it's time to wake up, right? The Lord has his mercy by putting out his prophets to help bring the nation of Israel into remembrance. But the problem is our people are hard-headed and stubborn. All right, let's read verse 10. Wherefore I caused them to go forth out of the land of Egypt and brought them into the wilderness. And I gave them my statutes and showed them my judgments, which if a man do, he shall even live in them. Right? And so we sincerely believe, and we know, hey, the law is not obsolete. We know the law doesn't save us, but it's not obsolete. We know to keep it to the best of our ability, even in the land of our captivities. All right. It says, moreover, also I gave them my Sabbaths to be a sign between me and them, that they might know that I am Yahweh that sanctify them. Right. But the house of Israel rebelled against me in the wilderness, and they walked not in my statutes. And the wilderness is dealing into the wild, right? Like right now, spiritual Egypt would be considered the wild, because, it's a metaphor. Being wild without laws, lawless, moving like a beast, which beasts are in the wild, right? You Israelites, you're considered like beasts because you don't keep none of the laws of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. It says, they walk not in my statutes, and they despise my judgments, which if a man do, he shall even live in them. And my Sabbaths they greatly polluted. Then I said, I will pour out my fury upon them in the wilderness to consume them. And that's what he's about to do. That's why you got to listen to the Lord's mouth, the prophets, the servants. We're out here prophesying. We're out here breaking down the scriptures correctly, teaching sound doctrine, warning you from Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushai. And the ones who are able to listen are going to be the elect. The ones who are going to be able to receive this knowledge and this truth are going to be the elect. And the elect is going to be the one who are spared, and they're going to have that thawah, that mark of exemption, meaning exemption from the destruction, exemption from being consumed. When you go into that word consume, it's dealing with fire, consuming with fire. And it's going to be those, if you watch these channels, what that means. It's going to go into the war and the chariot fire that's going to consume the wicked and, and the heathen, and also the 2/3 of our own people, because they can't come out of her, my people. So they're going to receive those plagues that I'm mentioning, even like I said, the chariots, those are going to be a plague to this place. Let me see if it's is it Jeremiah 6, or it might be Zechariah 6. Yeah, I think it's Zechariah 6. Right, this is it. Let me see. Oh, Zechariah 5. It says, Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes, and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And what Zechariah is seeing is a chariot, right? A so-called UFO. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then he said unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. And I will bring it forth, saith Yahweh of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name. And it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. Because those chariots that are going to enter the house of the thief. Why do you think you see so many so-called UFO sightings? Because the Lord and the majority of these sightings are in Babylon, America. Yes, the chariots are seen throughout the whole planet Earth, but the majority of these sightings, like especially now, you got the drones, the whole drone psyop that they're putting on the people of Babylon. The inhabitants of Babylon are all witnessing the drones and whatnot. And a lot of times when they're filming those drones, you can see the orbs, what they call orbs, which are the chariots, which is actually, like I say, that chariot of Yahweh, which is what you call a UFO, and they're fucking with those drones. You even have them shooting them down. There's videos that people have caught on camera with the chariot shooting down the drone. You just see the drone fall to the earth. And this is because we're in this time. It's going to be, there's more and more sightings, more and more videos of what you call UFOs. And because why? Because Yahweh is enter. It says here, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, which the house of the thief is Babylon, America. Did not they steal the land from the northern kingdom, Israelites, who you foolishly call the Native Americans? So let's go back to Ezekiel 20. And I'm at 11. No, I'm down further. Salakia. But that's what Yahweh's doing. He's about to pour his fury on this place, his indignation. But I wrought for my name's sake that it should not be polluted before the heathen, in whose sight I brought them out. Right, because all the heathen knew when we left ancient Egypt, all the heathen knew because, they all talked about it. And a lot of the heathens saw the chariot in the sky and saw the herd of the miracles that happened when we were delivered from ancient Egypt. The terror, they call it the terror of Yahweh, Al-Shadia, which means demon-like power, because Yahweh is going to be a demon to these heathen, these 2/3, to the wicked. He's going to be that demon-like power once again, and he's going to magnify his name in the process. Because right now people are, you got the Israelites polluting his name. You even have Hebrew Israelite camps polluting his name. In that day, Yahweh is going to use that destruction and use that. He's going to be that demon-like power against these heathen and the wicked and the 2/3, where his name is going to be magnified and exalted, and there's no one going to be polluting or doubting, the true names. Verse 15. Yet also I lifted up my hand unto them into the wilderness, that I would not bring them into the land which I had given them, flowing with milk and honey, which is the glory of all lands. Right, because when we left ancient Egypt, Moses never got to see the promised land. It was the generation of Joshua. When Joshua led, he was the successor of Moses, and he led us into the promised land. Because that generation with Moses, they had all died out because they were unworthy. And it was the generation of Joshua who was able to, witness the promised land. 16. Because they despised my judgments and walked not in my statutes, but polluted my Sabbaths, for their heart went after their idols. Yeah, because remember, they set up the golden calf. and that was in a short time. It was like a month and a half. Moses was receiving the law on the mountain, which we might, well, I don't say we might, but which Elder Apostle Tahar was breaking down. That mountain could have been the actual chariot where Moses received the law, which they call it Mount Sinai or Mount Horeb, you know. But anyway, that's what the Israelites are good for, creating idols and chasing after idols. Idolatry is a it's a serious offense, obviously in the eyes of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and our people are stubborn, and that's what they turn to right away. Let's read 17. Nevertheless, mine eye spared them from destroying them, neither did I make an end of them in the wilderness. Right? So he had mercy on us, just like he's having mercy on us right now. Verse 18. But I said unto their children in the wilderness, walk ye not in the statutes of your fathers, neither observe their judgments, nor defile yourselves with their idols. And that's the same thing now. Don't walk in the, your grandma or your abuela, those, if they're into that pagan Christianity, if they're pushing that, if they got the picture of white Jesus on their living room wall, you don't want to walk in those statutes of your fathers, right? You're in a time now where everything is being revealed. The truth is being, it's falling like rain. It says in Deuteronomy 32:2. My doctrine shall drop as the rain, my speech shall distill as the dew, as the small rain upon the tender herb, and as the showers upon the grass. All right, so there's no excuse now. You got the truth dropping like rain all over the planet Earth, the true doctrine, and there's no excuse. If you're caught up in the, like I read earlier, you got to come out of her, my people, so you don't receive of her plagues. All right, because the majority of these people are going to die very soon. When World War III comes to fruition 100%, meaning they're starting to shoot the missiles to the ends of the earth, as is prophesied in the scriptures. Ezekiel 20 and 20. And hallow my Sabbaths, and they shall be a sign between me and you, that ye may know that I am Yahweh your power. All right, so you're supposed to, keep the laws, keep the Sabbaths to the best of your ability. These people, that's another part of making yourself holy. That's another part of coming out of her, my people. When you come out of this place spiritually, you start to have a conscience towards the law, and you start to you get knowledge of the law. You got to pray for knowledge of the law, like King David. He would pray to know the law to perfection, you see. And once you know the law, then now you have an outline of how you're supposed to conduct yourself. All right. Notwithstanding, the children rebelled against me. They walked not in my statutes, neither kept my judgments to do them, which if a man do, he shall even live in them. They polluted my Sabbaths. Then I said, I will pour out my fury upon them and accomplish my anger against them in the wilderness. And again, this place, spiritual Egypt, is the wilderness, and this is where he's gonna accomplish his anger. All right. You ain't gonna have no chance if the day comes where Yahweh Hashem Yahshai is gonna visit the earth. You ain't got a chance. You're gonna get destroyed. There's no way you're gonna go up in a chariot if you're calling on white Jesus. There's no way you're gonna go up in a chariot if you're just ignoring all the laws of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, and you don't listen to his servants, the prophets who are his mouth, out here teaching you with knowledge and understanding, because he set us up. Yahweh is the one who set us up on those street corners. It wasn't of ourselves. Every brother in every camp, brothers didn't even know who we were. We didn't know each other. It was the Lord that put all these camps together. He directed our steps to the point where you have an organized, structured men gathered together, deriving of all the 12 tribes, in Israel, and set up on the corners and doing the teachings and on these videos. Let's see. I'll read a couple more and then I'll close out. It says, because they had not executed my judgments, but had despised my statutes, and had polluted my Sabbaths, and their eyes were after their fathers' idols. Right, especially now. The truth is out. The Lord's prophets are on the street corners. And you should, if you have a spirit of discernment, you'll be able to understand and tell, the truth from a lie. Our parents, and I'm talking overall, because the truth has been out for a while now. All right, but in this generation, with the YouTube, with the internet, there's really no excuse, because it's being, it's going out through all the ends of the earth because of the internet. And, there's no excuse. Like your parents, majority of our parents, before the internet came along, and maybe let's go back 30 years, 40 years, that generation was not coming into repentance. This is the last days now, that like especially 2007, when our elder apostles were on the internet teaching. This thing took off like wildfire, and it's been spread, and it's you have Israelites waking up by way of the internet, and it was all orchestrated by Yahweh. Like in reality, the whole reason why the internet was created was not just so you could get on YouTube and watch a bunch of foolish videos or stream Netflix or fucking, whatever it is you do on the internet. No, the main reason that this thing of ours was put on the technology was given to Esau to create the internet, was so that this truth can be taught throughout the uttermost part of the earth, right? Let's get a couple verses on the internet real quick. Psalms 19. It says, Psalms 19:1, to the chief musician, a psalm of David. The heavens declare the glory of the Most High, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Right, and the heavens declare the glory of the Most High. Why? Because those satellites that the internet runs off of are in the heavens. And it shows, the glory. We're glorifying Yahweh by way of the internet. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. Right, because the internet is 24 hours. You got brothers on one side of the world teaching and doing lessons and camps and videos. And then when they go to sleep, the brothers on the other side of the world are doing the same thing. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. So you got all the languages of all these different nations. You have prophets being raised up and standing on their feet and teaching and posting their videos on the internet. Their line has gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun. A tabernacle is a church. So this is like a church for the sun. And our words are going out to the ends of the earth. I mean, right now I'm doing this video. Somebody on the other side of the planet, all they got to do is, if they have a internet access and a modem, all they got to do is, sign in, log into YouTube, and they can get this lesson, So this is all set up for the truth to be revealed. It's serving its purpose well, wouldn't you say? Verse 5, which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, and rejoiceth as a strong man run a race. His going forth is from the end of heaven, and his circuit unto the ends of it, and there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. Right? There's nothing hid. Even on the platforms like TikTok, they want to ban that thing because why? Because it's revealing too much. The TikTok, the internet. There was the elders always talk about it. One of the Rothschilds had made a statement. He said, "Man, the internet was the worst thing that could have been created for the public." Or he was basically upset that the internet became like a accessory towards the public. Everybody could use it. He said it was the worst thing that they did was create that internet and let the public have access to it. And the reason is everything's getting revealed on that internet, on this internet, right? So, and when it reads that, you go into that word circuit. That's exactly how, if you were to describe the way the internet works, it'll include that word circuit, because it's a circular wave or vibration, or the internet is it works on circuits. Look it up for yourself. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and close out right there. But yeah, you got to come out of her, my people. This place is about to be destroyed sooner than you think. And if you're an Israelite, you have a chance of repentance. And really, it's all preordained through the Spirit, But if you're the one who listens and hearkens to this knowledge, or one of the people that does that, then maybe you do repent, and maybe you are one of those spirits, one of those souls that's been preordained to be saved and receive salvation, since the beginning. So the Lord uses his servants, the prophets, to teach on this internet. And this is how this truth is going forth to the uttermost parts of the earth. Let's get that real quick, and then I'll close out on that. It says, Matthew 24:14, "And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come." You see that? So that's why this world is coming to an end, because now this is happening. The gospel, the true gospel is being of the kingdom is being preached in all the world for a witness, right? And to the uttermost parts of the earth. So, if it's for you to receive, then receive it. If it's not for you to receive, then you're going to be a casualty. All right? There's nothing really, only Yahweh preordained all the spirits to be who they are. You don't have free will like the so-called white man teaches you in pagan Christianity. No, everything's been ordained and pre-selected. Okay? So if you're ordained to receive this knowledge and this truth, then walk more in the spirit than in the flesh. All right? And hearken unto the truth and become that new creature. All right? But if you're not, then guess what? Just keep it moving. Get ready for you to be like you're gonna be like when people go camping and they do the s'mores, they put the marshmallows in the fire, and you just see the marshmallow wither away. Well, that's how these people are going to be. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close out. I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. I also want to acknowledge the Achaeon, who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom to the elect.